Hi everyone, I am Dr. Samuda, Assistant Professor in the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science from Dr. S.N.S. Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Today now we will discuss about the concept of file system. File is a collection of records. It is a format for to storing all the information. It is the file is created in a local disk. The local disk, whatever you represent in that name, the particular name we have to allocated in a local disk, and it is permanently created. It is a non-volatile memory. The Python have a three main file processing. The first one is opening a file. Second one is a read or write. The two thing is performing a certain operations, and if you once the process is completed and move to the closing the file. This is the process of file. Now we move on to that one by one. We will discuss about the process. First thing is opening a file. With the help of your open function to opening a file, that is the inbuilt function. That is your file through how to access your file. Open means with the help of your file object to call a open function. The open function having a three arguments. The first one is that file name, second one is the access mode, and third one is buffering. You specify three arguments for opening a file. That is first one is the file name. The file name is the user defined file name followed by a dot operator and it represent txt, and comma specify access mode. The access mode, the commonly using three modes. First one is the read mode, second one is the write mode, and third one is append mode. The read mode means read a content from a file, and write mode means writing content to a file, and append mode is existing file to add a content in a last. That is the mode, three mode, and buffering is specify the temporary storage locations. And then this is the syntax. File is a keyword followed by an object and equal to open followed by a three arguments. The file name is defined by the users, and access mode is a read and write. Append buffering is a 0 or 1. It is a, if you specify 1, the file is using a buffer. 0 is a buffer, there is no using a buffer. For example, f equal to open abc.txt comma r. If you specify within double quotation file name followed by with extension comma r. In this example, your file name is abc in text file format and r is a read mode, and otherwise you represent your path name, which your local disk path you want to creating a file name. That is C, for example, C colon Python 33. Inside you creating a sample.txt means you specify the path. The specified inside a path to creating the particular file, and in a read mode. This is the example of you opening a file. Attributes of the file object. Your object function have a four attributes. Once the file is open, you using attributes to display whatever the attributes are using in the file. For example, file.closed. If you currently your file is closed or not, it's identified. File.mode. You identify what type of mode the particular file is open. File.name. Display your file name. And file.soft space. It's returning a 0 or 1. If 0 means there is explicitly requiring the print statement. One is it is implicitly they using a print statement. These are all the four attributes. The example of the attributes using is, for example, fo.open of abc.txt in w. That is your file name is abc.txt, and the mode is w. The mode is w. And if you print a name of file, that is fo.name. That is the attribute. Now display the output abc.txt. Print. The next one is fo.closed. The file is not closed because of that. fo.close function used means the file is closed. In this example, the file is not closed. Because of that, here display the output as false. That is fo dot closed, it's returning a true or false. The file is closed means true, the file is not closed means false. The opening mode, to identify the opening mode, fo dot mode, if the file is open in write mode, now the output display W. The next one, soft space flag. Here the default space explicitly here using a print statement, that way here displays 0. This is the example. Now the modes of file. R is a reading file, RB is a reading binary file, R plus reading and as well as writing, RB plus read binary plus writing file, W is a writing file and WB is a writing binary files, that is storing in digital format. W plus means it's a writing and reading. WB plus, it is a binary file, writing followed by read. A is appending a file, AB that is appending a binary file, A plus it's appending and reading, and AB plus it is appending binary file and read, and X is a exclusive recursive. And these are all the modes are available in your Python. And in the next slide is closing a file. Once the file process is completed, if you first open and read and write completed, after that followed by close a file. Now the file object to call a close function. Your close function is an inbuilt function. For example, f equal to open of bin.txt, wb. This is the file open. Now display the file name, and after that file is closed. Now print file is closed. This is the close function. Reading a file, that is reading with the help of your file object to read a content from a file. That is read of chars, to reading a specified number of characters in your file. Read line, once you reading in a single line character, single lines in your file. Read lines with the help of your loop statement to read from beginning to last. For example, with open of your file name.txt as f, data equal to f dot read. This is using a read function, that is character by character to read a content. And then line, that is a reading a line. And this is for using a read line, that is here using line 1, line 2, line 3. Individually, you with the help of your file object to call a read line to print in individually line by line. The reading all lines, that is using a read lines. That is lines equal to f dot read lines, from beginning to last the entire document is read. That is with the help of your for loop to read a content. That is f equal to open, see my file, f for line in f, print line, f dot close, that is close a file. File writing in Python, to write a content to a file, there is again the same format with open of file name, wt, there is a writing mode, f dot write, there is a hi, there is the first line in the file, and f write the second line.